Sit. Good. So we always have Xander sit before we send him to the mat. He's very excited right now. He's been playing for a while. Go. Pat his chest and say go and send him over. And walk over with him. If he collapses down before he gets to the place where you want him to be, you can just lure him. See, I just went like that. And then once he's there, good, reward him where you want him to be. You're kind of like marking it right there. And this exercise starts with just doing some simple things like stepping out in front of him. If he gets up like that, you say no, and you step on the leash. And then he gets a reward when you put it on the mat. Good, and he takes it off the mat. Make sure that you're placing it there and withdrawing and making sure that he's waiting and not being hyper and grabbing it out of your hand, because if you allow him to do that, you'll have nothing from this exercise, or very little at least, because this is all about him entering a very calm state of mind when he's on the mat. So you have to do every step good in a calm way so that we're not doing anything that keeps him overstimulated. Like, he obviously is really excited when I sent him to the mat, but I just made sure I put him in the right place. I stayed calm. Good. If you stay calm and do it this way, he'll come up to your level of calmness. If you're not calm, if you're stressed out, whatever, don't do this until you're in the right frame of mind, because he'll soak up, and with all the training, he'll soak up whatever state of mind the person is in when they're handling the leash. Good. So you see, I just was doing basic downstays like this, where you walk behind him. And this is the first exercise that I did with him when we first started training. And that's why he's so good in his downstays just out in public now, because we taught him this, and this mat exercise is a fast track to teaching a dog a really solid downstay. Good. For reasons that are too many to actually explain in this short period of time for this clip, but I can tell you about them when we talk more if you want to know. So once you've done that simple stuff, then you can start doing more advanced things like walking away, farther away, and coming back, and rewarding. Good. I'm going to go inside the house and come back. If you ever want to, if you're ever going to do something that you think might be difficult for him to handle, it's okay before you do it to remind him, down. Going in the house and closing the door behind me, and he's making a mistake, and I'm going to say no. And he even left the mat. Gently but firmly lead him back to the mat. He knows he made a mistake. No reward. We'll try it again. Down. Closing the door behind me, coming back out. And he gets a double reward because now he did it the right way. Good. So I wanted to do something that I knew he would make a mistake at, so I could show you how to deal with a mistake. And no matter what you do, if you're going to another room, you're doing this inside or outside, doesn't matter. It's good if you do it in both places, because the more places that he's used to doing this with you, the better he's going to be overall in the everyday world. But make sure that before you move to whether you start inside or outside, before you move to the next spot, that you're rock solid perfect in that first place where you practice this exercise. Don't start practicing in another place before he's really good and he doesn't get up for anything in the first place. Then you want to move that whole system to another spot and then wait till he's perfect there. So you have all these different places where you can do this exercise where he's used to not getting up no matter what. And that's why that transfers out to the real world, and you'll have a solid downstay anywhere. So the way that you release him off is you always come back and stand back next to him, just like in real life. We're never going to call him to us out on the street from a downstay. There's no reason to do that, and that would actually promote not a solid downstay with him. So we teach him there's only one way you ever leave that downstay, and that's when we come back to get you, like this. We come stand next to him, pat your leg and say, okay. And then if you're gonna release him to be free, sit, have him sit, and release him from a calm sit, stay, go. So at least he keeps some of his calmness from that mat exercise and that downstay. And that's also, of course, how you would release him from a downstay. You don't want to have him start thinking and anticipating, oh, they're going to release me at a downstay just from the down, because what happens with dogs start anticipating that and they jump up and they run off, especially a dog that's so wired like Xander is. So you teach him you're still on the clock until you get up calmly, you sit, and it's so much easier to release him from a calm sit stay to be free, as you can see. And then he keeps some of that calmness, gets a little bit calmer every time you practice this exercise in that way. Okay.